then only I can understand that you are getting or not. Otherwise, hmm. So can somebody tell me
Sir, from the toolbox, we have to click on plugin option.
from the toolbox where it is situated? Can you tell me where it
Yes,
is?
sir.
Here.
Sir, from the top, just next to settings, layer settings, and there is a plugin
Uh,
in between setting and vector option.
uh, yeah. Okay. So this is the plugin option. So now where I need to go now?
Then click on manage and install plugin.
Okay. Then
Uh, then, sir,
then how I will install the Google Imagery here? Can you suggest me?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
Uh, First of all, we have to see whether it is there in the list or not, either it is installed or not installed.
Yeah. So how I will get to know that?
So by clicking on install, there are 6 to 7 options available.
Yeah. That's
In,
okay. Uh,
in that, sir, I am not able to see the Google image file.
okay. Then
Then I will be clicking on not installed and then just explore the options available here.
mm, so I need to type something here like Google.
Yes, sir.
Google Earth Engine is there. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Google Earth Engine data catalog. Google GIS. So which option I need to install? So that I can like. Hmm?
Yes, sir. By just typing a Google Earth engine from all options, I am able to see the Google Earth engine over here.
Yeah. This is not installed right now, right?
Yes. Then I have to just select and install it.
Okay, fine. So this is the one thing that you can do here to install the Earth Engine, and you can call all the facilities that you can you can see when you will install the independent version of the Google Earth Engine. Might be some of you are aware about the Google Earth Engine and what it does. Uh, is anyone has idea something about the Google Earth Engine? What means? What is that? What is the tool and what is the functionality of that tool? Can somebody want elaborate it? Hmm?
So we will be getting the base map for working.
Hmm. You are getting the base map while using the Google Earth Engine.
Yes, sir.
But in Google Earth Engine, you can also create your project. You can create your layers. You can generate camel file. You can generate line and polygon shape files and all that. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. While utilizing the very high resolution satellite data set.
And sir, one more addition. Google Earth is video streaming data.
Sorry.
Google Earth images are
Hmm.
the video streaming data, and based on this data, we can extract better information,
Hmm.
better data.
Better information.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. But one thing you can notice if you will open the Google Map and Google Earth Engine, you will get lot of attribute information. Okay, so if you will open, so you can see that lot of attribute information is also there. So, but you don't need that one, and you want to use the latest map, fresh maps from the Google Earth Engine here. So what is the simplest way that you can add and you can explore? So I am going to tell you. So here, the one thing is that you can install the Google Earth Engine, just I have shown you, and you just install if you have the internet facility, okay, internet connectivity in your PC, so you can install that one and you can explore. But here, I'm going to tell you how the simplest way you can add the layers and how you can benefit with that. Okay. In the browser window, you will see the one option is coming XYZ tiles. So everyone has got this XYZ tile in your PC, QGIS. Just just try to locate this XYZ tiles option here. In the browser window left hand side, just below the panel, if you will go, so you can see that browser window is there, where you can locate your C, D, E, and F drives. If, if these drives are there. So okay, so in the down side of the of your drive information, you will see that there is an option that is XYZ tiles. Hmm? Right? So here in this XYZ tiles, we can add the Google Earth imageries, terrain maps, road maps, whatever the functionalities are there with the Google Earth. Okay, so that we can add here. For that, we need to put some information, and after that, we will be able to log in here. So, what simplest way we can do this? How we can do this? We just open this slide, adding Google imageries and terrain data set. So here, if you see, so here I have given some web address or some web address I have given here. Okay, the path of some web address I have given here. So these web address you have to put there in XYZ option, and after that you will be able to call the same library from the Google Earth Engine. So here you can see that Google Maps, you can use this, then Google Satellite. So Google Satellite, if you want to use, so you can utilize this address. And if you want to see the Google Satellite Hybrid, so you can use this one. If you want to open the Google Terrain, like elevation information from the Google, so you can use this. And if you want to open the roads network, so you can use this. Okay. So suppose that I am interested in the satellite. So I will copy this, Control C. You just copy this uh, web address from here. You just copy, and let's come to QGIS window here, as you can see here, and do the right click. Just select this XYZ tiles and do the right click and click on the new connection. You can see that the new connection option is coming. The first one, you need to select this one, click on the new connection, and this XYZ connection window will be popped up. Okay. So in the connection details, the first option is coming is the name. So here you can put the name manually. You can enter the name Google Earth Imagery. Okay. So this name should be identical, what purpose you are going to add this library or web address here. So in the URL option, what you can do, you can Control V. So that we have copied from there, and I have pasted it here. After that, you can adjust some zoom level functions here if you want to adjust. Otherwise, you can keep with this And tile resolution you can also set. Tile means the grid size. The one grid size resolution you can set it here, but I am going to use the unknown, not a scaled. If you fix this, so you will not be able to zoom or you will not be able to get the details more based on that the set level. So just leave it like this, unknown, not a scaled, and click on OK button. Okay. So now you can see that this option is now added here under the XYZ tile module. So now this option has been added. Now you just need to select it, select this option. Now you just need to select this option and do the double click. Just do double click. So after some time, actually it depends on the internet speed, and your Google Earth imagery will be added. I have added two times. Just remove first layer, choose two layer. It may take some time because it will load, and I think the internet is not uh, good here. So it is not displaying. I need to just close this, discard. I will do the discard it. I will open again the QGIS. I will open again. Okay, now it is already added here. So I will just do the double click to add the map. Here it is showing the layer option. That means it has been added, but the display is not showing. I think there is a problem in the internet here. Has somebody tried this?
Yes, sir.
So whether you are able to open this or not?
Yes, sir. Both Google Earth imagery as well as I am able to open OpenStreetMap also.
Yeah. So I don't know why it is not coming here. I think there is some problem in the internet. So anyone else who has tried? Hmm? I have got reply from only one people, one person. We can install plugins from the manage and install plugins option from plugins name. Okay. So can somebody else tell me whether you are able to open this library or not? Let's add some another Google terrain. Uh, Google terrain. Let's add the Google terrain or Google roads. We can add. Let's see. New connection. You need to put Google terrain. The URL like this, and click OK. Sometimes it happens. Here it is not coming. So can somebody share the screen if you have successfully added this layer so others can see that if I can stop my sharing. So who has successfully added can share the screen. I am getting SSL errors. You just need to check whether you have entered the correct URL or not. Otherwise, it should open. So who has successfully added? Purnima, I think. Purnima, can you share your screen if you are able to share?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so please share your screen. I'm going to stop presenting so others can be see.
Ah, is it visible, sir?
No, you just select the yeah, you just select the entire screen.
Yes, sir. I have.
Okay, yeah, just put off the layers from Google Terrain or Street. Yeah, just open the Google Earth imagery. Yeah, now you zoom towards India and just locate the Roorkee area.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, whether this map is level or we have to level it somewhere.
Level. What do you mean by level?
Sir, the places names will be visible.
No, not this way. That is why we are using this option. Otherwise, if you will use the functionality of Google Earth Engine, so you can see that lot of labels were there.
Sir,
So we
sir,
don't.
then
Yeah.
how we are able to locate Roorkee with the help of coordinates or like that?
Yeah, with the help of coordinates, or if you are aware about this area of interest, it is near to somewhere. It is situated in Uttarakhand. First, you need to come to Uttarakhand area, then locate some big place.
So can we can search it on Google Earth first and then identify the location coordinates from there and then identify in this particular QGIS.
That also you can do. It's up to you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. By this method, it is a bit difficult. So we can find out the coordinates from Google Map and then insert it over here.
No, actually, why I am telling this because suppose that you have some reference map and you want to extract a very very fine scale information from this map. Okay, so
Okay.
that you can do because suppose that if you have your area of interest boundary, so first you need to open the area of interest boundary. Okay, after that you can come to your area of interest, and after that whatever the layers you want to create, that you can create.
Sir, one more thing. Suppose we have georeferenced a scan map as you have discussed
Yeah,
yesterday.
that
That
also
we
you
can
can.
put over here.
Yeah, you can open the Google the scan map. You just go to the layer and add raster and open that scan map that you have yesterday georeference.
But
That
sir, I
map
have not
you
saved that actually.
why I have
Yes.
provided to all of you.
No, I have not saved that georeference point. Means I have not saved that GCP tools.
Why you have not done that first?
Actually, I was busy in writing the steps, and also I have decided to do afterward, and that step was as it is.
Okay. So who has this Now you can put off, and I think my net is working now fine, so I can open. Yeah,
Okay, sir.
yeah. Because this is not georeference, so you will not be able to do that. Yeah. Now I can share my screen again. Okay. So now you can see it here. Google Hybrid Imagery I have just opened, and I will go to here. Here now you can see the locations are coming. If you will open the Google Hybrid Imagery, so the locations will come. Okay, now you can locate the Roki. I have given lot of I have given five URLs. So if you want to locate the thing, that you can add the Google Satellite Hybrid. Okay. So here now you can see that now. Suppose that this is canal and all that. You can locate here in the Roki area. And in the similar way, I will just try to add this new connection, Google Terrain or Google Road, Google Boat. I will put this. Okay. Then I will open Google Road. Some URLs are not working here. Okay, no problem. We can use this one also because it has a lot of attribute information. So suppose that now you can locate the different areas here. Okay, this is the Upper Ganga Canal and all that. And now if you have the this is your Ganga River. This is Haridwar. Here you can locate the Bhimbura Barrage and all that. So here now you can see, you can call a very high resolution data set like this. Okay, and you can derive that information as you can see it here. Based on the existing structures, you can add the Google Earth imagery. Then if you have coarser resolution data set and you are not getting the proper information, the coarse resolution satellite data set, so in this way you can add all these layers. So now here you can see the Google road is also added. So now you can see locate the road map. Okay, so suppose that if you want to delineate the roads, then you can add. So similarly, now I will try with the Google satellite like this. Let's see. Yeah, now it has been added. Now it is working fine. So now I can see that my Roorkee area is here somewhere. This is this is New Delhi. Uh, okay, this is Dehradun. And this is Haridwar. This is Roorkee. Okay. So if you will add the Google hybrid imagery, then you will get the attribute information also. But these are the locations that are added by the user. So you cannot rely on this information, whether all the attribute information, then you can see it here, all these things are correct. So for that, we need to use the maps, like surveyed maps, like Survey of India, topo sheets and all that. So for time being, I am going to put off this layer and I will put on this. So now you can see that we can zoom, and we can generate a very high precision scale information. Like if you want to delineate the terrain, canal, river, settlement, agricultural field. Okay, whatever the land use land cover information you can visualize here, you can identify and you can delineate. So as per area of interest, suppose that my area of interest is Roorkee and I want to delineate the different features that uh, that uh, that that I can see it here in this map. So I can do that. Like day before yesterday, somebody was asking how we can identify the slums and all that settlement. So here in this map, you can see that the settlement is clearly visible. Okay, so you can identify the settlement area even each and every thing you can see it here and you can delineate. Suppose that if you can see here, so you can see that this is a pond, so that you can derive. Okay, and you can see that this is the canal, so this you can derive. So in this way, you can generate different kind of information from this high resolution satellite imagery, and you can call all these things here. So now we will see how we can create the point, line, and polygon shape files. So I will just move towards the basic things. Here now you can see that in suppose that I want to generate some point level information. So what kind of information that you can generate through the point? So like suppose that if you want to put any location based information, so it can be like a station name, it can be barrage name, okay, it can be particular school name, it can be your like powerhouse name, it can be bus stand name, whatever the point level information you want to generate, you can create a point shape file for that, and you can generate the attribute information based on the point layer, and you will get the XY coordinate of that also. But what kind of features you can extract through the linear feature or using the line shape file. So like road, okay. Suppose that if you want to create the road, so you can disguise the road through the line, and suppose that you want to disguise the canal. So you can disguise the canal through the line shape file. You can disguise the road from the line shape file. And suppose that you have a river sometimes, a narrow river that is not a very good visual in the shape of polygon. So you can disguise the river also. And you can generate the attribute information like road name, river name, etc. Whatever the structure is, based on that you can generate the information for the linear features. Okay. And polygon means it will be a closed area. It will be a closed area. So suppose that, excuse me, 1 minute. So suppose that you have a closed boundary, like it can be forest boundary, it can be your watershed boundary, it can be your district level boundary, it can be your village, it can be your block level boundary, or it can be pond, it can be lakes, it can be any kind of water body, it can be glacial lake, or it can be sometimes the big rivers. Okay, it can be forested area, it can be desert area, it can be agriculture field, or sometimes it can be a group of settlement, the same kind of settlement. So this kind of information you can generate by the polygon feature, and you can create the attribute information uh, as well as the stats. For linear feature, you can calculate the length of the canal, you can calculate the length of the road, and in the similar way, you can calculate the area. So now we will see that how we can create the point line and polygon shape files, and based on that, how we can generate the information based on our area of interest. So suppose that my area of interest is this particular region. Okay. So how we can generate the information here? So that we will see. Okay. So now what simply we can do, we can go to the layer option. If somebody is following me, so they can follow. So go to the layer option, and the second option is coming is the create layer. In the create layer, you can see that the new shape file layer option is coming, the second option. So in this way, you need to go to it. So here you can say that again. I can tell you, go to the layer option in the top of the panel. Go to the layer, create layer, the second option, and go to the new shape file layer. Click on the new shape file layer, and this new window will be popped up. Okay. So first we will create the point file, then we will create the line shape file, then we will create the polygon shape file. Right? So now we will create the polygon, point shape file. So first we need to save the shape file. So we will click here. We will browse our directory, local directory. So suppose that I am working in a particular directory, so I need to go there, locate in the, suppose that I am working in the C drive, in this folder, in this basically folder, so I will go here, and for that purpose, for creation of the shape files, I have made a folder like digitization. So in this way, you can also create a folder, otherwise you can save where you want. Okay, so I have created this folder. I will go inside and I will save my point shape file. So here I will put the information as a point one. Just I am giving the name. Okay. So whatever the name you want to give, you can give. So just I am putting it here as a point one, and save type as a. Now you can see that the format of the file is the .shp. So this is the format of the shape file. So if you have a shape file, so if you will see the format, so the format will be .shp. So now you need to click on the save button. So the path has been added. Now we will provide the coordinate system. Okay. So yesterday I have told you, suppose that if you want to create any layer, so for that purpose, first you should understand about the basic projection system. Like yesterday we have seen that first we have georeferenced our map in the projected coordinate, in the geographic coordinate system, and after that we have converted the geographic to projected coordinate system. So for the computation of area, and then so for all these statistical information, if you want to generate, so the projected coordinate system is required. So if your projection system is in the geographic coordinate system, so we will not be able to create the statistical information. Attribute information you can generate, but the measuring unit you cannot be able to create there. So for that purpose, you need to convert your layer to geographic to projected coordinate system. So here I am going to select this geometry type as a point, because I am going to create a point shape file. Then additional dimensions, none. Then here we need to put the coordinate system. So as you can see, this here by default it is taking the geographic coordinate system, but we know that we need to provide the projected coordinate system. Then only we will be able to create the find line and shape files, and based on that we can calculate the area and length. So now here you can see that I'm going to select this UTM zone 43, and I'm going to click on OK. So now you can see that I have selected this projected coordinate system. Now new field. So here you can add the different attribute information. Okay. So suppose that in the point file, what simply we can do, we can add the name of the particular point information. Okay. So here suppose that I'm going to add the name. Then name, now you have to put the type. So it will be a text data. So the maximum length I have given here, the length has a 80 character. In the 80 value, here the value, here this value is showing the character length. How many characters you can use to provide the attribute, particular attribute information. Then I will click here, add to field list. So that means my field list has been added here. So this attribute field name has been already added here. Now I will click on the OK. So now you can see that my point layer has been created here. But right now I have generated only the point layer. So this point layer doesn't have any information right now. So now we will do the discretization and we will generate the information. Okay. So suppose that now I will do the right click. First I need to go to this particular point shapefile layer, and I will select it, and I will do the right click and go to the properties. So here now you can see that in the properties you can select the different markers and all that. So and source, you will get the projection information and all that. Now you can see here the layer is in the projected coordinate system symbology. So you can see that you can different markers you can select for different kind of structures. Okay, so we will see this thing later, but I will increase the size of the point so we can visualize, and I will put this so I can see where I have generated the information. So now I am going to apply this and OK. So now I will do the discretization. So for starting the discretization, first you need to select the layer and go to this option, toggle editing. So to start the discretization, first we need to enable the toggle editing option here, that you can see it here, toggle editing. I will select this toggle editing option. So when you will select the toggle editing option, then you can see that these tools are highlighted. So these tools are there for the discretization work. So as you can see that my shape file is the point shape file. So here this point kind of sign, you can see it here in this icon. Okay. So now I can generate some kind of information like this. Suppose that you can identify some features here. So suppose that you can identify this. This is I think this is a swimming pool. Okay. So you can locate this information, and how you will generate this information? You need to click here. This tool has been selected, and I will put my point here in the center of this particular location. Click. When you will click, it will ask the ID. So I will put here ID 1, and this is my swimming pool. So name, in the name attribute field, I will put swimming pool. Okay. And I will click on the OK button. So now you can see this point has been added here. Okay, this point has been added here. Now you can see that. Okay, and I think this is a stadium or something like this, or ground, some kind of, and this is a bridge. Okay, so if you know that this is a bridge, you can put the information. Similarly, you can identify some another features here, the known features, whatever you want to create. Like swimming pool I have created, I will locate the another swimming pool. This is something else. So we will identify some another feature. So what is this structure? Can somebody tell me what kind of structure is this?
Solar panels.
Solar panels.
Yeah, that's correct. So I will put this information here. I will put the ID. Last time I have put the ID as a one. Now I will put two, and here I will give the name as solar panels. Okay. Uh, so so that this is a point or something else. So we can identify some another structure which can be generated through a point. So can somebody tell me what kind of what kind of building structure is this? Uh, what is this?
Could be a industry block, maybe commercial building or something like this. Or
Is
maybe
somebody from IIT Roorkee here? Ravi, I think you are from IIT Roorkee. Ravi, are you there? Ravi? I think he is not present. So actually, this is a convocation hall of IIT Roorkee. So I will put this information as a free, and this is the convocation hall. Hall IIT Roorkee. Now, can somebody identify this building?
this could be hostels.
Yeah, this is hostel. In Roorkee, there is a very famous structure is there. If somebody can identify or can tell me about that. Can somebody tell me about that structure? Can you see this structure? Can somebody tell me about this structure? This is a very innovative structure, and I think this is the only structure in India. I don't know if the same structure is there in another part of the India. You can see that this is the canal. This is the canal. This is the bridge, and this is the river, Sonali River. So in the downside, the river is flowing, and just on the river, the canal is there. So this is the aqueduct that has been
Yeah, we
created.
can see now.
Yeah, very old. So this is a unique structure. If you anytime if you can visit to Roorkee, then you must visit this place, and you can see that in the old time how this structure has been created by the civil engineers. Okay, so this is a very good structure. You can see that in the below side the Solani River is flowing, and just upon the Sonali River the canals are there. Okay, so this is a very innovative structure. So this is the Sonali Bridge. We can put Sonali Bridge. Oh, sorry, for Sonali Bridge. This is the aqueduct. So in this way, you can generate the information, and I can again change the symbology because the size is very large for this. I can put one, sorry, 0.5. Okay, it's very small now. Then I need to put 2.5. I think now it should be fine. Yeah. So now you can add this kind of information here, and whatever the information you have generated here, you can go to the attribute, and you can see that. So this kind of attribute information you have generated. Swimming pool, solar panels, like this. And we will overlay all these things later on. How I will tell you how you can overlay all the things. So in this way, you can generate the point level information. Now we will create the linear feature. Suppose that this is a canal, we will disguise some canals. So in the similar way, you need to go to layer option, go to create, and go to new shape file, and you can create the line. Yeah, I am going to disguise the canal. So canal will be the linear feature. I will select line. Okay. Then I need to provide the same coordinate system. One thing you should always uh, keep in your mind that whatever the layers we are generating here, if you want to overlay and you don't want to create any gaps between the layers, or you want to avoid the mismatching of the layers, then you must provide the same projection coordinates to the layer. So I will provide the same layer. Now I can see that this is the projection system that we are using. So I will use the same one. Then new field I will add here, canal, and I will put the text data. Yeah, and 80. That is fine. And I will click here, add to field list, and click OK. Okay. Yeah. Actually, first, whatever the information I have generated here, first I need to save this information, because if I will not save this information and suppose I close this one, so whatever the information you have generated, that will be lost. So first I need to save this information like this. I need to save here. Then this option is coming for the save, and after that I will go the properties, and I will need to again the toggle editing off. Okay. Now this information has been fixed to this particular layer. All the attribute information has been saved in this layer. Okay, so now I need to create again the layer. Create layer, new shape file, canal. It will be linear feature. Select the projection coordinate system, put the attribute information, canal name, text data, add to field. Okay, add to field. And now I need to save this layer. So I will save in the same directory where I am putting the other layers, disguisation, canal. and I will save and I will click on the OK. So here now you can see that this canal has been added, the shape file has been created, and now you can see that the shape file is showing here. So now I can change the properties of the layer for better visualization. So now you can see the color is showing this. So I will put this blue color, dark blue like this, okay, and I will increase the width of the linear uh, picture. So I am going to put 0.